I have been following a keto-friendly way of life for well over 8.5 years at this point. And one of the reasons I have been able to sustain it for so long is because I have found a variety of alternatives or ways to reimagine some of those family favorite recipes that I have had sitting in my cookbooks forever. But it's not always easy. And sometimes it's tricky to get the flavor profiles just right. And a couple of years ago, I jumped on the bandwagon with KetoChow. KetoChow is a nutritionally complete meal replacement shake mix that is going to give you 1/3 of your daily vitamins, minerals, and help you to live a sustainable keto lifestyle. And it's not just a meal replacement drink or shake that you get to choose how much fat you add to or what have you, but it's also a fantastic ingredient for baking. And with that, there have been tons and tons of recipes that they have come up with themselves, and that a lot of us content creators here on YouTube, in the Instagram world, wherever else you consume content, we've come up with tons of recipes. And it's so great to create things that have, like 24 cookies or that have 12 servings of something, or, you can make lots of really great tasting foods that use a keto chow serving to help flavor it and just boost that nutrition just a little bit. And I love that. You can also do, just drinking regular shakes or making chaffles, which are just a keto friendly version of a waffle but gives you better nutrition. Okay, we're getting off topic here. I got to thinking about how when I make a multi-serving recipe with keto chow, I'm spreading that keto chow flavor across the entire recipe, which that's awesome. But there are times when I don't want to say like, okay, I'll take a 12 serving muffin recipe and I'll have one or two muffins, but then I really need to bolster that with some more nutrition because I've just taken 1/3 of my daily vitamins and minerals and spread it across 12 servings. So either I eat the entire batch to get those nutrients that I need, or I add some other stuff to that meal to make it a complete meal. So I had all these musings and I decided, why don't we just make something that's a 2 serving situation? Let's do that instead. So we're going to make a 2 serving banana cake that has a protein frosting so that we get half of a third of our daily nutrition, or you can eat the whole thing. Either way, it's going to be tasty. Let's get after it. Okay, to get started, I have a little glass pan here that is already sprayed up and ready to go into my air fryer. This has some avocado oil spray in it. I'm using this little sprayer here that I got off of Amazon. I'll be sure to link that down below if you are interested in that. I've really enjoyed using this thing. Okay, what else? I've got a tablespoon of butter melted here in my mixing dish, and then I've got 2 eggs. I have some banana bread keto chow. 1 serving is all we're going to need today. I have some allulose. We'll need a tablespoon of this. I've got some of my homemade baking blend. I do have a video showing you exactly how I make this, but if you don't want to go to the trouble to make this, you can use almond flour, coconut flour, any alternative keto flour that you prefer and are comfortable with. I wouldn't use pork rinds though. That might not turn out too terribly well. Okay, I also need a little bit of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon. I have some banana emulsion here and some vanilla. You can use whatever extracts you like. These are the 2 I'm gonna use. And then we need to make a frosting out of some cottage cheese. And I'm gonna use monk fruit liquid sweetener today because it is 0 carbs and it blends really well. And I'm also gonna add in a little bit of vanilla extract to make that frosting. First up, I'm going to add my allulose to my melted butter to sort of cool that butter down and make it easier to mix in my eggs. And then, of course, comes my 2 eggs. Between each of these ingredients, I am going to mix pretty thoroughly. Once that's together, I'm going to add my 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, but of course, measure with your heart. And then the banana emulsion, which is pretty thick, so it pours a little more easily. I'm going to add in my banana bread keto chow. Once I add in my dry ingredients, I tend to not mix between each ingredient. And then I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of my homemade baking blend here. Obviously, I need to make more of this. I am going to use 1/4 teaspoon of my baking powder.
And now I'm going to go ahead and mix that together until it kind of forms a nice consistent batter. It's going to be pretty thick. I did decide that I wanted to add some cinnamon as well as some nutmeg to just sort of enhance that yummy, spicy flavor. And that proves to be a little more challenging to incorporate once I've already incorporated the rest of the powder ingredients. Using my pre-greased pan, I'm going to spread out my batter into a nice even layer. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be somewhat even so it bakes nice and evenly. And then we're going to move over to the air fryer. I had this preheating, and we are going to cook this at the pre-setting of 380. It's going to tell me 15 minutes, but I don't want it to cook for that long. I want it to actually cook for about 8 minutes. The Z-Star is really nice because at the midpoint, it will beep at you to check on everything that's in the Z-Star. So I'm going to use that as sort of my midway point to test the batter to see if it's cooked all the way through. And if not, we'll go for a few more minutes.
So the banana bread keto chow is the newest limited edition flavor to the keto chow bunch. And I wanted to show you one way that you can actually get this without having to specifically put this in your cart and order it. And that's with the My Chow Surprise Kit. Let me show you what this month looks like. So here's September's My Chow Surprise Kit. Let's get into this and see what they have in store for us now that hitting the camera. Now that we are entering the fall season, I refuse to believe that it is fall until September comes along. Okay, here we go. Let's get in here. Surprise kit is here. We are excited. We have loads of goodies in here, and I think you're a little bit low. Let me get you fixed. That's a little bit better. Okay, so in here we have our 30 meal kit. We've got some lovely fun confetti. We also get some recipe cards that come along in the surprise kit. And you can buy those individually if you are so inclined and don't wish to go with the surprise chow kit. Okay, let's unbox our individual single meal packets. Whoop, bumping the camera here. Okay, first and foremost, we have the newest edition banana bread. Limited edition flavor. Get yours while it lasts. There's no guarantee that this will come back, but if you are also kind of wanting to get a lot of other items as well, it's in our surprise kit for September. That's exciting. What else do we have going on in here? Oh, we have chocolate peanut butter, a staple flavor in my household. Cookies and cream. This is a great flavor that is really good as a whipped cream topping kind of a thing. And so that's a great one to have in your arsenal. We have got baked potato. This was all the rage when it came out. It is very tasty as a savory soup. I have a faux tato recipe that I have here on my channel using this, and it is delicious. What else do we have? Salted caramel. So far, we've had a lot of really lovely, warm sort of flavors here in our My Chow kit. What do we got here? Ooh, banana. Classic. Love a good banana. This is one of my girls' favorites. Caramel macchiato. Another lovely, warm flavor. We have strawberry cream. Fantastic strawberry flavor. And our last individual serving is some lemon meringue. I actually really would love to make something that looks like this at some point. Now is not the time. Refocusing. And then in the 30 meal kit, we get a 21 meal bag. And this month, as I topple everything over, it is chocolate toffee. I think this looks amazing. Chocolate toffee has all of the caramely goodness, the chocolatey goodness. Definitely a winner of a flavor. All these flavors, they just look like fall, don't they? Okay, so right now let's get in here. We are going to open up our recipe cards for September, and we have the chocolate toffee walnut brownie bark, which uses chocolate toffee keto chow. We have a strawberry coconut smoothie. That sounds very refreshing, given the fact, it's still not officially like fall temperatures everywhere. This one will use our strawberry cream keto chow. Oh my, this sounds delicious. Lemon snap banana pudding. Oh, that sounds really good. Okay. What do we use? We use banana, we use vanilla, and a batch of lemon snap cookies. And of course, KetoChow thinks of everything, and they gave us the lemony lemon snap cookies, which requires a lemon meringue KetoChow. That sounds like a really, really good combo. I'm going to have to think about that. And then there are also pumpkin muffins. And what do we use here? We use a pumpkin caramel spice KetoChow. We didn't get that in here this go around, but I bet you anything you could probably substitute maybe the salted caramel and or possibly even the banana bread to kind of get that warm spiciness that the pumpkin caramel spice flavor really gives. And this does take some pumpkin pie spice, and it does take some pumpkin puree. So you could definitely swap out that salted caramel, I think, for the with the pumpkin caramel spice. So, okay, those are our 5 recipe suggestions that KetoChow has sent along with this month's surprise kit.
Okay, while we have the banana bread baking in the Z Star, I'm gonna get my frosting ingredients ready. I'm gonna weigh out my half cup of cottage cheese, and I like to strain it just to see if I can get some of the liquid whey to come out of this to reduce the carb count a little bit. As you can see here, there's already some liquid coming out. It will reduce the carbs and the protein just a smidge, but we're gonna move on with it. Here is the banana cake, nice and golden brown. I did bake this for the full 8 minutes. I tested it halfway through and it was still a little gooey. And testing it here, I feel like there's going to be an air pocket between the top layer here and the actual cake, but that's totally fine. It is beautiful here. I don't want it to go any longer, and that wouldn't fix the air bubble anyway. But let's go make some frosting. Here's that drained out cottage cheese. I'm adding a splash of vanilla. Vanilla is always measured with your heart. I'm also going to add a couple splashes of the monk fruit sweetener. Caution on this one, it is extremely sweet. And then I'm going to use my immersion blender. I love immersion blenders, and this cordless one has definitely made my life a lot less messy because I knock fewer things over with the cable, or the cord rather. This jar is a little bit large to be mixing this small volume of frosting, but it works out just fine and dandy anyway. And as you can see, it's a nice thick frosting. Give it a little taste test, add more sweetener as needed, but that tastes pretty good to me.
My banana cake here has cooled off enough to where I would feel confident in frosting it. That could be, a mistake, but we're going to give it a go. I'm going to try to get all of this, because this is counting as some of my protein here. And I'm just going to try to evenly spread my frosting. Yeah, the cake is still a little bit warm, so that's going to melt some of the frosting. I'm going to give it a little bit of nutmeg. Nutmeg is one of my favorite spices. So here we have the 2-serving banana cake with protein frosting that you can eat half now, save half for later, share with someone, or if you've got space in your macros, you can eat this entire thing and be totally satisfied. You know I love sharing KetoChow. I talk about it, I demonstrate using it frequently, I create recipes using it. And I don't want to just talk about this, I want to share it with the world in a real way. So I would like to host a giveaway for this bag of chocolate toffee KetoChow, the 21 meal bag, the big boy. I'm going to open up a giveaway today, and it's going to be for one winner for the chocolate toffee, plus probably a few extras. There are a few things I need you to know about this giveaway. Number 1, you must be 18 or older. You must be a US resident, and you must be subscribed to my channel. Now, I'm also going to need you to put a comment down below if you would like to enter this giveaway, saying #MyChowKit. That will let me know that you are interested in a chance to win this prize. This isn't being sponsored by YouTube or hosted by YouTube. I'm going to leave this open for, let's say, until September 6th. On September 6th, I will draw a winner using a YouTube comment picker, a randomized YouTube comment picker, and I will leave the winner name on my community tab in a post. I will tag you. I will get as many notifications sent to you as possible. So be sure that you are subscribed. Be sure that you do have notifications turned on so that I can contact you if you are my winner. So yeah, Good luck, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one.